Good morning, class. I missed all of my fourth and fifth graders, and so I'm shooting another video to help explain a math concept. This time it's for fifth grade. This one it has to do with decimal division, specifically dividing a decimal by another decimal. So here we go. Our math problem that I'm going to use as a sample is 2.7 divided by 0.04. So that's 2 and 7/10 divided into pieces of 4/100. As you can see here, if you'll remember, a fraction is a division problem, so I rewrote this division problem as a fraction, 2.7 over 0.04. Now the trick to dividing a decimal by a decimal is I do not want to divide by this decimal in my denominator here. So I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to create an equivalent fraction by multiplying the numerator and denominator by the same number, in this case 100, so that I can move my decimal point twice and I will get a 4 here. And then of course I have to do it to my numerator, and I move my decimal point twice and I get 270 here. So that's how you can do it as a fraction, and then you can look at it as a decimal problem as well. You don't have to write it as a fraction. When I do that, I move my decimal point in my divisor right here, and that's multiplying it by 100, and then of course I have to do that to my dividend as well. So I move it 2 spaces here, I have to move it an equivalent 2 spaces here, and you'll notice I had to annex a 0 in order to do that. And when I do that, I then rewrite my math problem as 270 divided by 4. So now I have a very simple long division problem. Okay, now let me show you how to do that division. Of course, it is right here. So I start out and I say, okay, how many times does 4 fit into 2? It does not, right? 2 is smaller than 4. So now I say, how many times does 4 fit into 27? Well, the answer is 6 times. 6 times 4 is 24. I subtract and I get 3. Okay, I bring down my 0 and now I have 30. Okay, 4 fits into 30 7 times. 7 times 4 is 28. And you end up with 2 left over. Now I had to add my decimal point and annex a 0. So hopefully you notice I did that. I bring my decimal point straight up, bring my 0 down, and now I have a 20 here, and 4 fits into 20 5 times. Minus 20, none left over. You cannot have a remainder when you're dividing by decimals, so when your remainder is 0, then you're finished dividing. I hope that helps. Make sure you practice this concept. It's one of the harder ones in fifth grade. Thanks, and I hope you have a great day.